And as you know, the decision whether to convict or not falls on U.S. senators who are serving essentially as jurors in this proceeding. House Democrats, mathematically speaking, would need to secure 67 votes, 2/3 of the Senate, which means at least 17 Senate Republicans would have to side with all 50 Democrats to secure a conviction. Senator Lindsey Graham, a Republican, indicating on Twitter today that a conviction is unlikely. That's been the expectation now for weeks. As it stands tonight, only 6 Republicans are expected to vote to convict. NewsNation correspondent Michael Schur has more on this angle of the story from D.C.
This is Michael Schur in Washington, where senators are reacting to Wednesday's graphic footage revealed by impeachment managers from the Capitol riot.
You can see the mob attacking officers with a crutch, a hockey stick, a bullhorn, and a Trump flag.
Well, what we've seen is video that is dramatic and disturbing.
Wyoming Senator John Barrasso says the video is upsetting, but he also says that the proceeding itself is not legitimate.
The impeachment trial itself, to me, is unconstitutional because impeachment is to remove a president from office.
The question now for the House managers presenting their case is whether or not they're able to convince the jury.
My mind always starts in a trial with a presumption of innocence. That's what we're supposed to do.
To that end, Delaware Democrat Chris Coons remains optimistic that the images and the testimony will move some senators.
I am hopeful that it will change the minds of some of my colleagues who didn't see the need to proceed with this impeachment.
Part of what may keep Senator Coons hopeful is that this past Monday, one Republican juror did have his mind changed on the issue of even holding the trial.
I said I'd be an impartial juror. Anyone listening to those arguments, the House managers were focused, they were organized, they relied upon both precedent, the Constitution, and legal scholars.
We will stop the steal.
But that was not about convicting the former president, and now several Republicans, like Kentucky's Rand Paul, don't even want to talk about the trial.
I don't really want to do an interview right now.
North Dakota Republican Kevin Kramer says that it is not just about how the senators are affected by the case.
I think the question becomes, did they affect enough constituents? And then, of course, remember they have today. And will the constituents put enough pressure, having seen those dramatic images, on their members? My sense of it is not so far.
This doesn't surprise Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
But I think for most people on the Republican side, this is a foregone conclusion, and the shadow of Trump just looms over this proceeding. And I think there are a great many colleagues who are completely unable to vote to convict, irrespective of the evidence.
Marnie, Rob, here's what we know. Tomorrow, the defense, Donald Trump's attorneys, get the case and they start to take apart what was said by the House managers, present their side of what was done. And important also to note that tonight we've gotten reports that, and we've confirmed them, that several senators, Republican senators, have met with David Schoen, one of the attorneys for the president. David Schoen, for his part, said that that's not inappropriate in an impeachment trial to have jurors meet with the attorneys, but they're certainly going to try and architect, playing off of what they heard from the House managers, architect what would be next. And what is next, again, is they are going to present their defense. What is unknown yet is how many questions these senators, these jurors, will have for the attorneys and the House managers. And what is also not known yet is if, in fact, there will be any witnesses called. Right now, they expect this to wrap up this coming Saturday, but if you look at the Senate schedule, they are scheduled to be in at 2 p.m. Sunday, so anything can change when it comes to that. Here in Washington for NewsNation, I'm Michael Schur.